In the last module, we discussed the issues related because of the division between federal and provincial bureaucracies. In this module, we are going to discuss the provincial bureaucracies tussle with the local development department employees. So the provincial bureaucracy, as we discussed in the last module, consists of the provincial management service and the provincial civil service. Previously, there was a provincial secretariat service also, but it has been merged. So the tussle is between these two and the department employees. So many departments recruit employees through Punjab Public Service Commission and with other provincial public service commissions like KP Public Service Commission or Sindh Public Service Commission. So these employees are recruited in the 17 grade, so as are the most of the PMS officers, as is the case of the CSS officers. So they start from the same basic pay scale. But their division and their priorities and their postings are different. So if you look at different departments, we see that each of these departments have employees that are graduate of engineering colleges or medical colleges or masters in different subjects, almost equivalent to the officers in the provincial service or federal service. But they are treated differently. So in irrigation departments, we have civil engineers. So civil engineers, of course, are graduates of engineering colleges. So they are hired as subdivisional officers and later on they become chief engineers. However, they rarely become deputy secretaries or additional secretaries or secretaries, lead their department, irrigation department. That is left for the federal service or provincial service. Similar is the case with health department. So we have doctors recruited in 17th grade. They become later on, after 20-30 years of service, they become principals of medical colleges or MS medical superintendents of large hospitals, large public sector hospitals like Mayo Hospital or Services Hospital. But they rarely get posted as additional secretary health or head secretary health. These are the positions reserved for the federal and provincial service employees. Education department has the same case. They recruit lecturers and assistant professors who later on become principals of colleges and vice chancellors of universities. But again, they are not allowed to take part in the policy making of the education department, and they remain posted in the field, never in the Lahore education department. In local government and community development department, we have engineers and architects and town planners that are hired by Punjab government. Again, in 17th grade, again, people who have done engineering or town planning degrees or done architecture degrees in architecture, they are again posted in different development authorities like Lahore Development Authority, Multan Development Authority or Rawalpindi Development Authority, but rarely in the local government department secretariat in Lahore. In planning department, again, we see planning officers, which are usually masters in economics or management. They are hired as planning officers, and later on they become, after almost 30 years of service, they become the chiefs of different sectors like chief water sector or chief transport or chief schools or health. But they are, again, that is their limit. So they will not be promoted from chief to additional secretary planning or secretary planning or chairman planning and development board. Similar is the case of we see in the excise and taxation department, where excise and taxation officers are recruited through the PPSC, which is Punjab Public Service Commission, like is the case of the provincial services employees like PMS or PCS. But they again don't have the opportunity to serve in different in their own department. So this is the issue for the people who are recruited at the 17th grade. So departmental employees are recruited at the BPS 17, and provincial employees are also recruited at BPS 17. So then, of course, they fight for the positions in the department, and mostly the policy making arena is not given to them. The departments also recruit lower grade officers, but they are, of course, not in tussle with the provincial department employees. So what is the issues? So what is done is most of the policy making is left with the provincial service officers, and most of the departmental employees are in the fields. But the issue is that most of the promotions and transfers are with the department in Lahore. So that is in the hand of provincial service employees. Then the field knowledge is with the engineers and doctors and professors. But their field knowledge, 30 years of age, is not used by the provincial service employees that are sitting in Lahore, talking with the donors, coming up with new projects. So this division between the two. The expertise is with the technical people, while the policy is made by journalists. So this, of course, creates inefficiency and ineffectiveness.